Alright. Um, so I'm just going to kind of go over this run. Didn't really take that long to figure this out. It's pretty easy. Everything up until getting there is basically the same. Uh, to do this, I downranked all of my abilities to what you would get at level 42. I still have a shit ton of spell power just because I didn't feel like going out and farming like green gear for this to like really simulate a 42. But I de-equipped about half my gear to get my int and stam about down to what you would expect for um, a level 42. And my armor is pretty low as well. I forgot to downrank my ice armor, so my armor is actually a lot higher in this video than it should be, but it's really not that big of a deal. You can, like, there's still videos of people in their 40s doing this online, and you take about similar damage. So getting there is no different. You can get there many different ways. If you want to use the invisibility pots, you can use them more. You can just mount up and just turn and look at the mobs. That I'll do occasionally. Like right here, I'll turn and look at the mob. If you do that, you don't get dazed because it technically hit you on the side instead of the head or the back. And if you get dazed, you get dismounted, which really sucks. Anyway, so the big thing with this farm is that when you're doing it in Season of Mastery, you're not like you don't have to get every single grave on the first try because you're going to be doing 2 pulls because you're getting scarabs too. So up here, you also don't need to aggro the boss. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything anymore. So you pull 4 or 5 graves, Frost Nova, pull some more, redo. I should have reapplied Ice Barrier there. I kind of panicked. But you reapply Ice Barrier and Mana Shield, and then you hide behind this little pot, and you drink and eat back to full. I missed probably 4 or 5 graves there. It's not a problem. Play it safe because, again, you're going to be coming back and doing these second time because you're going to pull scarabs too. And the scarabs is about 2 bars if you were at level 45 or whatever. And you can also go to the farm 2 more levels to 54 with the scarabs because they're a higher level than the zombies, so you still get XP with them once you're in your 53 to 54. So you can do this farm a little later too. Yeah, so here, again, you're going to pull as many zombies as you can. When you start panicking, again, reapply Ice Barrier here, Mana Shield, and then you're going to blink behind this pot. For whatever reason, males can slip behind that pot now. I don't know why that changed. I remember they couldn't before. Unless I'm going crazy, I don't know. Either way, a male troll could slip behind that pot. I thought anything else could. It doesn't matter. Here I'm just showing off my gear, showing you. I just de-equipped gear down to a part to what a 42 might have. I looked up some videos of Arlaeus in what he had at level 40 on his gear, and he had about 3.8k mana and about 1.8k health. So I tried to get roughly down to that ratio. I still have a shit ton of spell power, but ultimately damage doesn't affect. I mean, having more spell power doesn't impact Blizzard like almost at all. It has such a low spell power coefficient, and even still, it just means that it takes maybe an extra 30 seconds to a minute on a kill phase. You just 1 or 2 more rounds. It's really not that big of a deal in terms of the spell power, so it's kind of irrelevant. I also scuffed the pulls, so it kind of equals that out. So everything up to this point is pretty standard, except for the fact that I missed some graves. Now you're just going to do the rest of this like normal again. Didn't use any consumes, but if you're doing this in Season of Mastery, I would highly recommend using health potions, because you kind of get into some spooky situations. So here I am, just aggroing everything. It also doesn't matter if you get every single mob when you aggro everything the first time, but obviously it doesn't hurt to get as much as you can, because again, you're going to be doing 2 pulls because you're pulling scarabs. I think the scarabs are worth about 15 zombies or something like that. But you also get a lot more items and gold off them, so I don't know. If you care about the gold, that would be a good reason to pull scarabs. Here I'm just trying to snag every last zombie. And then, yep, just going to start the kill phase. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'll show you me getting them grouped up, and then I'm going to I do one more back and forth, and then I'm probably just going to skip a bit once the kill phase starts, because you've probably seen 1,000 videos going over the kill phase. Here they are getting stacked up. I just hovered that ability to show you it's a rank 4. And then here I am using a rank 4 blizzard, which you get at level 40 or 42, one of them. And that's the only thing I'm going to use. So obviously if you're level 45, you're probably having harder hitting blizzards than this, or anything higher than 42. Anyway, you've seen kill phases before. I'm going to go ahead and skip a bit. You just watch, rinse, repeat until all of the zombies die. I get a clear casting proc there. I also still have gems and evocate. It's really not a problem. I mean, yeah, it did impact this kill phase a little bit because I did extra 200 damage. I could have just wanted the guy if I was 42. You might not have clear casting at 40. Actually, you definitely won't have clear casting at 42. Oh, here I'm telling you it glitched. Sometimes it gives the better loot. If you notice there, I got silk cloth, and cured ham steak and everything. That's the normal loot table. The updated loot table is nothing but troll sweat. I'm not even going to show all that loot because I imagine that will get changed. But yeah, I have no clue what causes it, but sometimes you just get the normal loot. Also, I thought the graves despawned when the guys died. I think it just takes a while, so I don't know why these are here. That's why I typed this, but I think it's just because of that. Normally what you do is if you were 42, you'd go climb up the left wall there and just sneak around the back. It's really easy. It's not even like something that's hard. You literally just go around the left side of this wall. But I didn't really care to. I just went in front of that guy. There's videos online of better ways to pull these where you like LOS, get into a safe spot, kind of blizzard a bunch of things, and then just start running and they all kind of aggro themselves. But I just do it this way. It probably takes longer. The only thing to keep in mind is just make sure Theckel's about in this spot before you start. You don't even really need to pull those that I just did because you're probably going to get them anyway. You probably start with that pull right there because they all leash each other. You'd have to deal with that blood drink if you're 42, of course, but I can't simulate everything. I group up the scarabs like this. I do a frost nova, and then I work. And then I'm pretty much good to go. Still have frost barrier, ice barrier, and mana shield, so I'm not really in any danger here. Here, I realized I completely forgot to click all the graves to the left. So I'm gonna kind of just scuff this pole really hard, going back and forth a couple times. Also, just full up these jumps. I just couldn't get these jumps for the life of me for some reason. Then I jump way too far to the left, fall down. It's like, oh god. And so, recovery mode.
That's still recharging.
Here, I'm just trying to buy time, and then I have ice block, and then that way I can blink out of this. You see, I still took almost no damage even though I scuffed it, so it's really not that big of a deal. You can squeeze through that pot again, no clue why, I thought you couldn't. But, yeah, you just then go this way. You can see I scuffed my jumps every so often again. Just kind of suck at it, I guess. But it doesn't matter. The reset timer on these things is not bad. You can see I just scuffed all of those, and they're still on me just fine. They haven't reset. Those zombies are there, and then I decide here I'm not going to just do a small pull. I'm going to go make sure I get all those zombies. So I get them grouped up. Start jumping back and forth to group them up a little better. Get it a little tighter. Make sure there's a... Yep. Gotta let him get close, and then I start going to graves. I should have gone for that far grave first, but it really doesn't matter.
It's too far away.
It's pretty insane. Slip through the pot, and then exact same thing. Didn't flood my jumps, aced all my jumps this time, so it all worked out. You can see you literally would have shaved a minute off this, and I also, because I fucked this up, I'm only at half mana, half health, so I really don't even have that many resources going into this. So you probably would be better off. You're probably in a better situation if you were 42, and if you had that blood drinker on you, or any other those other mobs, it's not a big deal. You do the kill phase normally, and you can kill those guys, but you can just go reset once you get done killing all the scarabs and the zombies. It's kind of like killing those like shadowcasters and everything. But feel free to kill them. It's not that big of a deal. And then it's kill phase like normal. I evocate here just because I knew I had enough mana. Again, if you're doing this smartly, you know, you could do this to evo later, obviously, to get more mana. It really doesn't matter. Kill phase. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip ahead a bit. It's super easy. Here, I'm literally doing a second blizzard just because I'm trying to kill this ASAP. All you do is jump back and forth with cast blizzard. It's not hard. And yeah, I'll show off the last couple seconds of this run. And there we are, 1420. If you're curious, you get about 3 gold a run if you kill the scarabs, maybe 4 gold a run. So, I don't know, this is about 4 runs an hour. So, looking at like 15, 20 gold an hour maybe. Not good, but I mean, I guess for level 40 it's not bad. But yeah, that's the run. Here I am just showing off the gear. Again, a lot of this has a lot of spell power on it. The spell power doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure my int and stam was down at what you would expect for a 42. You normally have a lot more int and stam than this if you're 60, of course. But yeah, that's about the int and stam you can expect if you're a low level. And even higher if you're not 42 and you're like 46 or 48 or something. But yeah, so that's the run. And you can see here I have 5.9%. I realized I accidentally had ice armor on. That increased my armor. Anyway, that is it. That's all you can expect. But you'll probably have better armor mitigation anyway.